What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week 16 podcast episode number 128. I'm joined by Ayon and Karan. I forgot to update this thumbnail. I updated the YouTube thumbnail, and I forgot to update this one. But
sorry, I'm sorry again.
No, all good, all good. Actually, I can do a quick update. Oh no, I lost you guys.
Oh, no.
Aha. This is how we do. Sometimes we do live thumbnail updates. We do live updates on stream. Ta-da! Good as new.
Sometimes we edit the stream on the stream.
That as well.
Don't ever say we don't provide the drama.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining as well. For those of you who are in the chat, welcome. So today is a big thing to talk. So we've got Salah drama and Liverpool drama to talk with. That's one of the topics for today. The other topic is obviously we'll be looking at the fixtures. And then finally, we'll be discussing when to play your chips, because both Karan and myself have a free hit chip left. And we have 16, 17, 18, 4 game weeks left. And we have to decide when to play it in one of those 4 game weeks before the chips get reset. So having said all of that, let's start with Ayon. As before I ask, so both Karan and myself have been in a similar situation like this when Ronaldo went and did his Piers Morgan thing. And when that happened, I was very disappointed in terms of how Ronaldo conducted himself. And I thought he should have left the club because there was no going back the way he went and did it. Now, Salah has done something similar. However, the extent that he's been hounded out by ex-players at the moment is a bit more, I guess, public compared to what it was for Ronaldo, I guess. And it's also been a situation where Ronaldo, I think he did it when everyone was on the break for the World Cup, whereas Salah is still like just before he still hasn't gone for AFCON yet, so it's a bit more. Liverpool are still kind of involved in play for the moment as things stand. So there are a few differences in terms of context on there as well. But where do you stand? What's your feelings as a Liverpool fan?
Yeah, so obviously the whole Ronaldo thing, that was obviously so planned, right? He's told Piers Morgan, let's go and actually have a chat about this. I've got some thoughts that I want to get out, and that's obviously diabolical. And I never actually expected that Mo Salah would kind of be on that level. But even still, this just should never have happened. Obviously he's annoyed that he is no longer a critical part of this team, at least at the present time. But quite frankly, we needed to try something else. We were playing terribly, right? And it's he uses the language in terms of scapegoat and things like that. But as in are you being made the scapegoat if you're just not playing? I don't know if that's those two things are, the Venn diagram of that is actually kind of a circle. There's some correlation, but I don't think it's fully related. So I think it's just quite disappointing, particularly when you consider how this could kind of end, right? If he was to leave the club after doing this, considering everything that he's done for us over the last 8 years now, that would just be really shit, right? I think most reasonable fans would probably guess that we're going to sell him to Saudi at some point. But I always assumed that would either kind of be at the end of this season. That's why we signed him for 2 more years. But yeah, it would just be really kind of dodgy and not kind of a worthy kind of send off if we were to kind of get rid of him in the January transfer window. Do I think that he has a lot to contribute to this team? Probably not in terms of a lot. But he definitely can still contribute in some capacity. But he's, I mean, you guys have watched him play. I've watched him play. He's just dropped off a cliff. And that's solely because he's always been a high ceiling kind of low floor player, and that ceiling is just kind of just come down basically. So in the last few games that he's played, he's been just largely ineffective. I couldn't even tell you in terms of a single chance that he created for someone, let alone getting a shot away on target. There was good. There's a guy I follow on Twitter. His name's Josh Williams. Distance covered. He said Liverpool's. Sorry,
he does the Liverpool stuff on the overlap and everything.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, exactly. So yeah, quite famous. And a very measured guy as well. He's never super hyperbolic or anything like that. But he's he had a tweet recently where it's Liverpool's XG conceded over the last 4 games 0.4 0.3, 0.4, 0.3 before that Kanate, explosion against Leeds, and then 0.4 again this morning. So clearly, it's like Slot is like, let's go back to basics and let's just defend really well, and that's made us a lot more boring to watch, which is not why I follow Liverpool. Like, we've always been kind of exciting for good and bad reasons. But it's just what's kind of necessary. And if you have a player that's going to be a luxury player, just on the right hand side, that just doesn't really give you anything kind of going backwards, that's not really possible in order to kind of achieve those kind of miserly and stingy kind of performances. But to be fair, like, I was watching this morning, and like, we were just obviously so short of quality on that right hand side, especially if basically I think Isaac was like being forced out there, because we did play the kind of like, Ekatika and Isaac together, which nominally it was listed as 4-4-2, but I don't really think that was the case, particularly because you've got a lot of central players kind of working out, and we needed to have some width anyway. And with Joe Gomez playing on the right hand side, like, you could really see him struggle to get any attacking, vitality, I guess. So yeah, just anything good on an attacking side. So, and when Conor Bradley came on, like, he was fantastic, because like we were really dominant in getting the ball in those positions, and he could actually make something happen. So we really did miss, I guess, Salah's input in that regard, but perhaps that dominance and that field, possession and tilt and stuff doesn't really happen with him on the pitch. So look, it's a sad way for things to have unfolded, and I just don't quite understand his motivation for doing it like that. Like, I think Thierry Henry said it best. Is like, when I was at later stages of my career at Arsenal, or when I was at Barcelona and stuff, like, of course I had beef with the manager for me sitting out. I'm Thierry Henry. Like, I've done X, Y, and Z, which is exactly what Salah's done, right? But those are the conversations you have behind the scenes, right? And you've just got to ask yourself, like, who is this helping? Like, there's genuinely no winners in this scenario as a result of this being so public. So I'm just a little bit disappointed. It's like, drama is not really something that Liverpool does. Like, we've always kind of been like, especially with like transfer dealings and stuff, like, really quick to kind of get things done. There's no kind of speculation. Player wants to leave, we kind of let them leave. I guess, obviously the Trent thing last season was dramatic, but that was like ultimately out of our hands. If a player doesn't want to sign a contract, doesn't want to sign a contract, right? So so yeah, like, moving forward, it's I mean, it's been abundantly clear that he's not the future of this team, right? He's very much in his last legs. It's just going to be whether we get rid of him now or at the end of the season. I think that's probably the kind of that's the way this kind of pans out, in my view, at least. Well, what's your guys' take on it?
Karen?
Yeah, I think overall I blame, like, yes, I do blame Salah, but I think it's very understandable. Like, I think he's what, 34, right? So
33, I think. Yeah,
33. Yeah. So last season he would have probably been fielding a bunch of big money offers, and then he would have consciously he would have very selectively chosen Liverpool. Probably just had that moment from winning the league, and look at that time, want to go for it again, right? Like, he was pivotal. So I feel like he feels an obligation to the fans. That's my take on it. That's why I think he speaks out like that, and I think he must feel so wronged to speak out like that. And we discussed this a little bit in our group chat, but yeah, I think Slot's really scapegoating him, and Salah's like not responding well. That's my take on it.
I think
and just to add, like, yes, he was out of form, but I do think, like, he's such a normally such a high utilization player that, like, I think you give him every chance to play himself out of form, and he's shown the ability to go, like, because we're FPL players, we like watch Salah's performance weekly. There's been many times when Salah's looked off the boil and then he's played himself back into form. So I don't think we've even given him a chance to do that.
I do think now, obviously, the Liverpool defense, like last season as well, Salah is like a luxury player, right? He's a player who like kind of cheats. You don't expect him to come back and defend and all of that, and that's kind of the luxury that Slot obviously gave him last season as well, which helped Liverpool, I would say, in winning the title, because he was sensational. Now, obviously, you can't expect the same form that he had last season to be this season, because I feel like that was like one of those seasons where he's just on incredible form. that even like the best of the best world play, like they don't do that consistently every single season. But because they're at that caliber type of players, they're capable of doing it in certain instances or for like a decent amount of time. Now, the thing is, I think I don't know. We don't know what happens behind the scenes. We have no clue how training happens and like what exactly is happening in training and what Slot is asking of him and whether he's doing it or not on the pitch is a different story. I think it's more so that when Liverpool haven't been performing well, you see the media questioning him to come out and talk. And I've seen plenty of times Jamie Carragher mention, oh, why doesn't he come out and talk? Why doesn't Van Dijk come out and talk? Why don't they come in and explain these situations? Why are they sending out youngsters? Because who was it after the Leeds game? Who spoke?
I don't particularly remember actually.
Who's your midfielder?
Was it Szoboszlai?
No.
Was it
Your young midfielder.
Curtis Jones?
Must be Curtis Jones. So he came out and spoke, and it was like, oh, he spoke after the game, and like you're wondering like, and then I think Carragher was like, why are you sending out a youngster to come and talk? Why aren't these like senior players come? So they've been like the media are kind of pushing and asking for these guys to come, and then Salah has come out and spoken. Now it's probably premeditated what he was going to say as well, because he's chosen a time to actually just before AFCON he's going to do it. It's the last Liverpool game as well before him going for AFCON as well. So he's kind of sent out a message there to the fans that he's, regardless of what happens, whether he's selected or not selected, he's just going to enjoy that game. Now, calling the club out and saying that he's been scapegoated, I don't know. We won't know that, right? We like hindsight. When he leaves the club eventually, you'll look at it from a hindsight perspective, like how we did when Ronaldo called out Ten Hag and called out the club and everything. At the time, as United fans, we were a bit annoyed and we said he had to go over the manager. But now we look at it hindsight wise, probably should have got rid of Ten Hag first before you got rid of Ronaldo, because Ronaldo the season before, in a struggling team, scored 18 goals in the Premier League. So now we don't know, like it could be the case where in hindsight you look at it and they get rid of Salah and it's probably Slot who should be the one who ends up going. But like, yeah, I think it's just like it's been handled poorly from both sides. I think he could have done it better as well. Like Salah could have, even if he wanted to come out and talk, he could have phrased things a bit better. Now that
absolutely. No, so and you make a really good point in terms of like, if this had been handled differently, and maybe in hindsight we looked at and Slot is the one that's kind of taken out of the team, and then a new manager gets in, and then he's able to get the best out of Salah, whatever. My question is, why did he choose to do this now?
Yeah.
He would have waited 1 week, and he would have been, there would have been no questions about his selection because he's genuinely eligible because he's not there. And if the situation had got worse, and then Slot had somehow got sacked, which is very reasonable considering our form over the last month or so, or last 2 months, then he doesn't have to say anything and there's no drama whatsoever. So I just question the timing about why he's done this now. Like, just wait. You're frustrated.
He's been provoked into it, right? Because he's been dropped even though he's going to AFCON. So there's it can't possibly be for rest, right?
Yeah.
Because normally you would play Salah, you would use him as much as possible because he's leaving.
Sure. But again, the tactical side of things, like, is just like, what is he producing for you? What value does he add to the team right now is a genuine question to be asked, which is a crazy thing to say considering what he did last season. And it's like, people have talked about, like there are other people that are performing and why haven't they been replaced? Like Konate has been the biggest example of that, I think. And obviously the reason is because we're just very light at centre back and we're not so light in forward areas.
Yeah, that is true, because you guys don't have depth in that area to kind of substitute a player out who's not performing. Because like you're already struggling to fill a right back spot and you're playing Joe Gomez, who's a centre back, which is why he's struggling at that right back spot.
It's not his natural role.
Yeah,
Bradley did look good though, to your point.
Who looked good, sorry?
Bradley. Yeah.
Oh yeah, amazing. As soon as he came on, he was like kind of like built for that game. Like he's a very, very nifty operator, and he's actually really good at kind of breaking down those kind of low blocks, because he's a very kind of typical pass and move kind of guy. Lots of energy, very good at counter pressing, all that kind of jazz. Finishing a little bit too desired.
He's quite good in the air.
Yeah, he does win actually quite a lot of headers, to be fair as well. And like even in like ghosting into the back post, if you're kind of building on the other side to kind of become that kind of like second or third striker, that's really good. So look, that also bodes kind of well for Frimpong because he kind of thrives on that as well. But all of that is kind of based on us having controlled possession outside of the opposition's box, right? None of those. I mean, Bradley's quite good at defending 1v1. Well, he's quite patchy. He seems to play much better against good teams as opposed to like your West Hams or whatnot. But yeah, look, it's just an ugly situation. It could have been avoided completely if we just had talked about this behind the scenes. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's frustrations, and I'm not in Mo Salah's shoes. Like he has to cop so much shit as well. Like obviously there's media bias, him not being English and things like that. Like the English media will glaze every player that's English, even if they do nothing, and they won't say a single word about Mo Salah, who was probably had arguably one of the greatest seasons in Premier League history last year, and he's not kind of like getting a mention for that as well. So there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of tension. There's just been a lot of change in the last year. So look, I at the end of the day, I just feel sorry for the person. Like clearly he's going through a lot. And yeah, there's Ryan and I were discussing like there's some ego involved, right? Like as much as we don't think that these guys should have egos or they should kind of put it to their side, they probably got to where they are because of their ego, because they believed in themselves that much, right? That's kind of like necessary to operate at that level. So yeah, just kind of disappointed, and I would hate to see it end sourly for probably he's on the Mount Rushmore of Premier League players, like he's probably up there. Yeah, we can have a conversation about that another time, but yeah.
Maybe the Liverpool Mount Rushmore, definitely.
yeah, for sure. Liverpool's Mount Rushmore for sure. But yeah, we can have a discussion about that later. But yeah, it's just not a nice situation.
Yeah, like the thing is, I guess to kind of like wrap it up, do we expect him to be there post AFCON at Liverpool?
Like it's all contingent on the offers, right? Like, like Al Hilal apparently are interested or whatever. And I've called like the Saudi league, an Arab league, to have the best Arab player in the world, regardless of how he's performing now. They will pay tooth and nail to have that. So
it's almost as big as Ronaldo.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. To get eyes on that league, right? Like that's what they want. And like they had like, Saudi Arabia's plans, however kind of like nefarious they are behind the scenes or whatever, it's all about kind of like getting their young population really interested in sport and kind of like building that kind of sports tourism kind of thing. And if you get Salah there, then basically, well, you think about like how interested Egyptian people or even like Arab people have become in football as a result of that. Like it's similar to how like basically every Asian person that is into football newly supports Spurs, right? It's because that representation really does matter, and you see that quite a lot. Like like you see someone on the TV that looks like you that is able to achieve great things, and you believe that you can do it too. So there's a lot of power in that. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that pays 200 million, even though he's got like a year and a half left on his deal or whatever. They'll just chuck whatever they want at us just to be like, yeah, just give us this guy.
Probably, but the thing is, like with Ronaldo, we didn't even get any money because it was a mutual termination of the contract. Like,
oh really? I didn't actually know that.
No, Man United didn't get a single cent from that deal. So I won't be surprised if something happens like that to Liverpool, but I don't think FSG will do something like that.
No,
because they'll want the cash. They'll definitely want the cash. Whereas United were run by a bunch of idiots, so they just decided to get rid immediately. So yeah, but yeah, to be honest, I don't know. We'll see. This might be the last. I've added him on the thumbnail because this might be the last time I even put him on a thumbnail for a
Liverpool,
for a Liverpool this thing. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Not great because obviously he's a really great player, and probably for me he's probably Liverpool's best player in the Premier League era, at least for me personally. Now, obviously,
you have
Steven
some people
Gerrard,
that are saying Gerrard are better. Yeah,
but because he won the league and the Champions League as well, which is why.
Sure, but like you got to think about context as well.
Yeah,
like,
true.
He's had the greatest coach of our recent history. Yeah. The squad that he played, Gerrard was playing with absolute. I mean, like that 2005 final was literally the Looney Tunes versus the Monstars, and we somehow got over the line with that. Like when you look at that team, you're like, holy shit. This is crazy. So yeah, some you would have some strong debates about Gerrard about that
but
too.
He's and like, in that top 5 maybe.
Yeah, for sure. And,
Yeah.
and like in terms of
Great.
fantasy wise, like hasn't he been the highest scoring asset for the last 5 years? Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He might be the best fantasy asset ever.
Yeah. Right. Just consistent, and because he's been listed as a midfielder, right, this whole time, getting goals, assists, clean sheet points, that kind of stuff. Back when we used to keep clean sheets.
Yep.
You know, what a distant memory that is. Yeah.
Oh, it was only yesterday, today morning actually. Different
Oh
competition.
wait, the San Siro as well. Not too bad. We seem to like playing the San Siro.
Yeah. So that's Liverpool. We got it out of the way. We'll see how that happens. Obviously, it'll be a very interesting story to like once AFCON is done to see what actually happens. Do we think he plays? Do we think he's in the squad for Brighton?
In the squad. You know what? No, I don't think so.
No way. No way.
I don't think so. Yeah.
He wasn't on the bench today.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
He was. He didn't travel with the team to Milan. There was he sent off selfie from the gym at the training center. Yeah, which is a little bit sad. But yeah, I don't think so. They'll let him go away. Let him put him in the naughty corner. Let him think about what he's done, and then we'll see if the contract's up.
I bet he'll leave for AFCON early.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Well, he's leaving. He's all of them have to leave by the end of game week 15. That's the FIFA rules, at least.
Okay, so he can't be possibly involved for game.
Sorry. At the end of game week 16. On the game week 15, on the 15th of December. My bad.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. Yeah, I don't think you can disrespect the club like that, and you ought to be involved.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so we'll see how it goes. Now, moving on. Game week 16's fixtures. Obviously, we're in a situation where everyone has 5 free transfers for AFCON because of AFCON. So all of us here have 5. Some of us have used all 5. Some have used a couple. I've used 1 so far. Karan has been on incredible form, so I don't know how many he's used so far. Go ahead, Karan.
None so far.
Oh, none so far. He's that good. He's in the top 25. But we're going to be talking about in terms of the fixtures this week. And obviously, we've touched on Liverpool. They are one of the couple of teams up here for a high XG prediction. Arsenal at 2.71 against Wolves. Wolves are so bad.
Yeah, Wolves are they would be lucky to finish mid-table in the championship.
Yeah. That bad, and they were so bad that we still managed to concede against them. But that's a different story.
This ManU Bournemouth prediction looks crazy. That doesn't look. That's not what I expect.
As in, you don't expect the result, or you don't expect the.
No, I think Wolves have made Man United look a lot better.
Oh.
And I think we've struggled at home when we have to keep the ball.
But we're not keeping the ball in this game. This is a basketball game. We've spoken about Bournemouth so many times. This is actually perfect for United in terms of transition.
I think Bournemouth are a lot better at that, though.
Yes, they are. That's true. But we are pretty bad at breaking down low blocks. So I don't know. But I think both teams to score is definitely on the cards.
Yeah.
I think that.
And then obviously City are there at 1.78 against Crystal Palace, who haven't won a single game after Europe. So maybe,
really?
Yeah, so maybe that might continue again. We'll have to wait and see, but they're struggling. Post Europe, they always struggle because of lack of squad depth.
Conference League, yeah. They're quite low in the Conference League as well, I believe.
Oh, I haven't checked. So playing on Thursday and then playing the first game on the Sunday hasn't really helped them as well. So yeah. All right, let's start.
Yeah, they're 18th in the Conference League, sorry.
Oh, that's not great.
Which is, they should be nowhere near that. They should be towards the top. This is solid.
Yeah. All right, let's start with Liverpool versus Brighton. I've got actually 2 Brighton players. I have Danny Welbeck, and I'll definitely be starting him because Liverpool can't keep a clean sheet, even though I think their defensive data, like you mentioned, Ayon, is actually pretty good.
As in recently, since over the last 4 games, it's been we've just basically killed the game off. Like we did what we did against Arsenal, basically. Like we're not going to try and create too many chances, but we're also going to be super conservative on the defensive side of things. And it's basically down to Dominic Szoboszlai being just super elite. Like he will literally walk into any team in the world right now. He's just literally, we'd be in the relegation zone without him. He's a god.
So the numbers are good, but obviously on paper, when you look at them play, you go, these guys are not keeping a clean sheet today. So
no confidence in that.
Yeah. However, Brighton have actually hit a decent level of consistency recently. And I would say Verbruggen has been making quite a number of saves though, so you'll get opportunities.
I mean, look, if we didn't get opportunities at Anfield, I'd be very concerned.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you'll get actually a ton of opportunities, but he'll make a lot of saves. To be fair, he's a very good goalkeeper.
Sure.
So
just a quick note on this game as well. A player who some people might not have. I'd be very surprised if his selection was high at all. Is Curtis Jones. He is no midfielder has a higher progressive pass accuracy than Curtis Jones in the top 5 leagues. So it's like 96%. He's 100th percentile for forward passes. 99th percentile for 96% for progressive passes going forward, and 83rd percentile for duels won as well. So exactly. So he was really tidy this morning as well, really trying to make things happen. And to be honest, I think he was spurred on a little bit by Salah's comments. Because obviously he's like the scouser in the team, whatever, and like he would take it kind of like to heart if someone's like slandering the club or whatnot. And with Salah kind of being out, he's played a really kind of odd role. Like he was kind of like shoved into right back to let Szoboszlai play in midfield. But today he was popping up a lot on the left and like kind of like number 8 position, which is kind of weird because we had McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch on the pitch as well. So maybe Slot is like, okay, we don't want to mess with that midfield. That's a midfield we know that kind of works. And then the other guys will kind of shift around in terms of Ekitike, Isaac, Jones, and Wirtz, and Gakpo if he's fit or whatever. So could be a good point of difference for anyone. If you're willing to take a shot on him, I don't know his price. I'm assuming it wouldn't be too expensive.
5.4 million, pretty cheap.
Right. Okay. So I'm assuming he's gone down from 5.5, not up from 5 mil. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So could be worth a shot. He looked really lively this morning. Was really tidy. Created a lot of chances. But yeah.
Yeah.
He always looks like one of the best players on the pitch every time I watch him.
Yeah, like he's really tidy. He does like Iniesta like things in terms of like just like shifting between himself, just like kind of like deleting players and stuff. Just obviously not as much output as you'd probably like to have from a Liverpool player.
If he can get consistent minutes, could be definitely, because look at the fixtures. You have Brighton, Spurs, Wolves, Leeds, and Fulham.
We got Leeds again.
Oh yeah, in 19.
Oh wow,
and Wolves in 18. So like those are the fixtures that people will want to get a player from. Now, obviously, I had Gakpo. He's got injured, so he's out. Which means I'm not getting a Liverpool player this week. But if I was to think about 18 or 19, potentially, could have a look at a Liverpool player. So Curtis Jones could be one. I think Szoboszlai will be the one that everyone goes to. Now that he took the pen, he took the pen as well.
He was so assured as well.
Yeah,
just like he was not missing that.
He's 19 for 20 in his last 20 pens.
Oof.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he's definitely now top of the
he took
watch list.
Isaac came off, so I don't know if Isaac is
is the pen taker.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah, that we'll have to see. Wait, there's questions.
But there's also no guarantee that Isaac will play.
Yeah, that's.
Slot seems very keen on Isaac.
Like, so Isaac played left wing today. I watched most of the game.
He was on the right a lot as well because we didn't have any kind of like right winger. Bit of rotation, obviously, between him and Ekitike. But I think we've discussed this in depth. Like we have so many players that want to play on the left, and only really one guy that wants to play on the right, and that guy's causing a little bit of drama at the moment. So not particularly ideal. But yeah, I think Szoboszlai's guaranteed to play pretty much every minute because if we take him off the pitch, we might die and fold as a club. So yeah, he might be the best pick out of the lot.
The only thing to keep in mind with Szoboszlai is he's on 4 yellow cards. One more before game week 20 and he gets suspended.
He's suspended for 1 game, yeah.
So that is obviously one thing to keep in mind.
Before 20?
Yes.
It's on game week 19, yeah, exactly. So game week 19 is the last one.
He is 100% getting one.
Again, who we got? We got
Brighton, Spurs.
3 more games.
That's
Brighton, Spurs, and Leeds.
Yeah.
That's 4 games and he plays 90 minutes. Like
Yeah. And we're not going to be like dominating any team during that time anyway. So it's going to be like 80.
Well, you have Wolves at home and Leeds at home. You might dominate them.
I mean, Wolves maybe.
Yeah.
Sure. Give us Wolves.
Brighton will be a combative game. And so
yeah.
So probably a yellow card.
Could get a yellow card. But he might know about that. He might have himself in his fantasy team, so who knows?
All right, so we'll see how it goes. But from a Liverpool perspective, I think Szoboszlai, for the moment, FPL pick, Szoboszlai is the one. If
Yeah,
Curtis
sorry, just in his position he has to tack foul all the time though.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's like the only one that he
Yeah,
runs the
exactly.
fastest back on defense when we're transitioning, and he just shoves guys over. It's great.
I probably won't buy him immediately. I'll give him the Brighton and Spurs game because those are the highly likely to get a yellow card game.
Yeah.
But on a free hit, anyone who's free hit in these couple of weeks, you can put him on a free hit as long as he's like available playing.
Even in the Spurs game, I'd free hit him in for this game week.
Would you buy? You mean buy him for the Spurs game?
No, I mean like if I was free hitting this game week,
Yeah.
I would have it for sure.
Oh yeah. You free hit him in any of the 4 weeks. Even the Spurs game, I probably would free hit him. To be fair, because that could be, I don't know. It depends on how Thomas Frank approaches it. Very hard to say, but yeah.
Probably poorly. He's not been great.
Yeah. Brighton.
They won in Europe too.
Who Spurs? Yeah, 2-0.
Against who? Copenhagen.
It
It was an own goal and 2 penalties.
Yes, Slavia Prague.
Slavia Prague. Sorry, yes, it was. Not ideal. Probably not a very super convincing performance. Let's say that.
So yeah, Brighton on the other hand, obviously, people have Verbruggen. Some have Danny Welbeck, like myself as well. Some had Minte, but are looking to sell. Would you still sell Minte, Karen? Just like a Brighton player?
I mean, they have amazing fixtures now.
Brighton's next set of fixtures include obviously Liverpool this week. Then they have Sunderland, Arsenal, West Ham, and Burnley.
Oh right, yeah, they have Liverpool away. Yeah, but yeah, okay.
It's maybe wait. Arsenal next week.
No, Arsenal the week after. Sunderland next week.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. But also, probably not too
good. The good fixtures
right?
are in 3 to 4 game weeks, and you have so many transfers. I'd probably sell.
Okay.
Minte is pretty. He works pretty hard, but he's not on the end of things that often. Like I think he's a really good player. I just think as an FPL option, he's not. I had him earlier in the season, but I wasn't convinced of him as an FPL option. But I think it's a great player. Yeah.
All right. So that's Liverpool, Brighton. Let's move over to Burnley versus Fulham. Burnley have been pretty bad. Fulham with a 36% chance of a clean sheet. I went and bought Harry Wilson, who's been.
You bought Harry Wilson?
Yes,
dude,
I did.
You are hunting off this season.
I'm at 3 million, man. I need to do anything I can to like spike up.
Harry Wilson, you think Harry Wilson is the guy that's going to carry you out of?
No, so Harry Wilson is not that guy who scores like goals that you think are repeatable. He's the I'm going to score amazing goals. And that's what
the goal against Spurs is really good.
That was a great.
Where he just kind of like pointed to where he wants the ball and just kind of dinked the keeper. That was nice.
You know, I think Jimenez is the pick.
See, that's another option. But because like there's Thiago against Leeds and all of that, it kind of goes in terms of priority. But I like Jimenez as a pick.
Muniz is injured, right? Muniz is injured long term.
Yes.
Like Jimenez is definitely a pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fulham look like shit. Like every time we watch them, they look organized, but they're like creatively so terrible.
Who are their creative players? Like Smith Rowe?
Jimenez
is actually set play is pretty good. Like he'll link players together as well.
Yeah. Jimenez is pretty creative. Then who else?
Chukwueze. Yeah. So he'll be here for this game before going for AFCON.
Iwobi?
Oh yeah.
He's the other guy.
Iwobi,
Iwobi's going AFCON as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Crazy stat. City have only conceded 16 goals this season. Fulham scored 25% of those and they still lost.
Fair.
Madness.
That's how I guess Leno has been pretty poor this season. Usually he's pretty good. But having said that, their defensive data is not too bad. Like they're kind of mid-table in the last couple of game weeks, Fulham. But I would still target Burnley because Burnley have been horrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're just and like at home as well, they just kind of almost always go into their shell.
Yeah.
Regardless of kind of who they're playing. Even though they're not too great at that, but yeah.
All right, West Ham.
West Ham, Aston Villa with an amazing performance against Arsenal.
Which will I think we can touch on that when we get to Arsenal's thing as well. But they're 5 wins in a row?
Six
in a row.
Crazy form.
No, man.
Form.
And before that, the only game they lost before that was Liverpool, and then before the Liverpool game, they won a 4-game win streak as well.
Yeah, and they started the season, first 5 games without scoring a goal
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, swings around. To be fair, I've really enjoyed this season because it's like, as good as Arsenal is and as poor as some other teams are, there's no kind of like real runaway kind of candidate, right? That's kind of like taking the lead. You should probably put your money on Arsenal to win, even though I secretly think City will win. Maybe not so secretly. But yeah, it's just been nice to not just have any idea what's going to happen on any given week. Some teams can really surprise you, except for Wolves, right? They're awful.
The inconsistency in the league is pretty high this season.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, to be honest, West Ham versus Aston Villa. West Ham have slightly gotten a bit better, but they were actually pretty good against Brighton for like the first, I don't know what, 70 odd minutes you would say.
Yeah.
Until like Brighton got their last minute equal, but they were the better team, I thought, West Ham. However, I think Villa are showing really good form. Now, before this Arsenal game, I told, because Roy was on last week, and I told Roy that Aston Villa, if you look at their data, they've been very lucky in terms of what they should have got compared to like what they're performing in terms of data wise compared to what they eventually ended up getting. So they're outperforming all of their numbers. But their Arsenal game, they actually looked like a really good team.
Yeah, absolutely. They were up for it. It was so loud in there.
Yeah.
Villa assets to have, like cash is probably a high percentage owned. McGinn, Rodgers, even those guys are pretty much guaranteed to start. Watkins seems to be an impact player this season, right? Not so much a
Watkins,
like a guaranteed starter.
Yeah,
he should have put that chance away against when he kind of shrugged off 2 guys, but just kind of like shot a little bit too close to Raya. But he's also quite old now, isn't he? He's like 31.
Who, Watkins? Really?
Yeah, I think so. 29. Okay, sorry. Right, okay. Pushing 30.
But he's been poor, Watkins. Now, obviously, Villa assets people have had all this time because the fixtures were good and they're about to get hard. Like, after West Ham, they have United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and then Forest.
Yeah.
So the thing with Aston Villa as well, you generally buy you buy Matty Cash for attacking returns more than you buy him for defensive returns at the moment. The same thing.
I saw a video explaining Villa's tactics this season, and it's basically just surround the box and take pot shots.
Yes, that's why I said they've been very lucky because the shots they're taking are not supposed to be like repeatable.
Yeah, it's like
high percentage.
Taking shots and shit from outside the box.
Yeah. Was that a Adam Cleary video?
I'm not sure. I think it was the Athletic or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Right.
Yeah. So yeah. It will be a very interesting game. I expect Villa to slightly edge it, but West Ham.
West Ham aren't great, and
no,
Villa
they're not.
One of the best teams in the league.
West Ham are resurgent.
They have improved.
But resurgent to what? Like they were bottom of the basement, and then resurgent to just being average.
Yeah.
Sometimes average might be enough in a game like this. You never know.
Yeah, especially in this season, right? Like average teams.
I mean, since Nuno's come in, right? They've got a draw Bournemouth away. They've got a draw at Man United away and a draw at Brighton away. Like, let's
take a draw.
Doesn't really tell you that much, though.
Yeah, they were losing every game at the start of the season.
Yeah, fair enough. There you go.
By like 3 goals. So
playing wise, though, I thought they were good against Brighton compared to what they were against even United. To be fair, but yeah, we'll see because is the Aston Villa performance against Arsenal a one-off because it was Arsenal and Unai Emery just has their number?
Is his record against them quite good?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, and Emi Martinez as well. Like he like lives for revenge games. Like he will just save his best performances for those guys.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes in this one. But yeah, both teams, you're not looking to own assets for the upcoming game week. So at the moment, at least. Maybe West Ham in a little while, but not just yet. Okay, moving on.
Yep.
Talking about revenge games.
Let's go. I've been looking forward to this fixture for like however many years Sunderland have been out of the league, man. They care about this so much. I love it. Like it's the greatest.
Like
regardless of the quality of the match.
Sunderland has a way better record in this fixture.
Oh really?
Really?
I can't remember it exactly, but I remember that Sunderland has a much better record.
I should be able to find that up from SofaScore. I think they'll have the head-to-head. However, is this one of the first times that Sunderland are above Newcastle when they are going to face in this competition? Or
Must be, right?
yeah. Because I mean, Sunderland fans are pretty confident, and they have a right to be confident. However, the last couple of weeks they haven't been performing that well. What do we think?
Yeah.
Scoring,
Yeah, there should be some goals. Newcastle away have not been great, have they? Except that game against Everton.
Yeah.
4-1. Sorry, just looking at the record now, it's actually really tight. Newcastle 54, Sunderland 53, and 50 draws.
Maybe it was at home then. I definitely saw.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Perhaps it was.
Yeah, Sunderland at home have scored 14 goals and conceded 7. Newcastle have conceded 9 and scored. Is it home? I don't know. I might be reading this wrong. Oh no, this is the home record this season. Actually, not head to head. Never mind. Ignore me. Okay. So, what do we think? Tough game.
I think both teams will score. Yeah, I think both teams will score. Yeah. Just because of just how hostile it will be.
Yeah.
You kind of just see that, like, there's the cliche of, kind of form goes out the window for derby games, and there's some truth to that because like the emotion really does kind of like take over the occasion. But yeah, I could see a 2-1 kind of going either way, to be honest, in this fixture.
Yeah, I think so too. 2-1 either way.
Yeah. Obviously Bruno Guimaraes is the owner for like a lot of FPL managers. Scored a goal from the corner last week. Probably everyone will still continue to have him. I had Harvey Barnes. That was a very bad punt. I'll put my hand up now. He's lost his spot now that Anthony Gordon is back and in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's back.
Newcastle are unlikely to keep a clean sheet here, right? Because a lot of people have Newcastle defense.
I have Piao, and I think I'm going to transfer him out.
Oh.
Did you have him when he scored 2 goals?
No. I bought him off.
Yeah.
I bought him after that, and regret it.
Yeah. So Isaac have him.
Oh, you have him too? Right.
Isaac have him. I bought him after that, yes. I might actually start him sometimes. You never know. Again, another set piece goal, could be.
I'm not that good at set pieces. I don't.
True.
You know who might be interesting? Ballard. I'm waiting for the fixtures to turn to pick Ballard. That guy's like every set piece is a like a predefined routine that ends with him scoring it. Like
you're saying that the physical stature of the man as well. He's literally a fridge on legs. Like
who's
actually going to stop him from getting his head on things? So
he's pretty fast.
It's a good shot. Yeah.
And when you have Ramsdale in goal, it's not very great. It's not a great watch, to be fair. So yeah, I
forgot.
Yeah, I probably might.
Wait, is Ramsdale Sunderland's keeper?
No, Newcastle's.
Wait, what? When did he go to Newcastle?
Pope is injured.
Oh,
shit! I didn't realize.
He went to Newcastle this season.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize. Okay, Pope's I guess been so reliable, right? Like he's just always played.
Yeah. So last 2 weeks actually, Ramsdale has been in goal. He's the one who watched the slow motion Romero bicycle kick.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
The slowest bicycle kick.
Yep.
In history, the history of football. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, interesting game to watch. FPL wise, I don't know what to expect from this, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right, Brentford versus Leeds. Thiago. A man who is on form mainly due to penalties. But Brentford's ability to win penalties is pretty high. This season, Leeds have improved after a slight tactical change in the last couple of game weeks. That has seen them get points at Chelsea and Liverpool. So could they cause Brentford some problems?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they cause them problems. Yeah,
I think a lot of FPL managers are underrating Leeds and like doubling up on this fixture and stuff. But I think this is pretty challenging for Brentford.
Yeah, I probably agree.
But yeah, Thiago, exactly. That's just been so great. I think what Sharda's won a couple of penalties.
Yes,
A
but
little bit tricky to when he gets into the box.
the only thing with that is he might not be available this week or something. I heard he was injured.
Shada, really?
Yeah, let me have a look and confirm that. Yes,
Utara
no,
would
actually
be-
not injured, suspended. I take that back.
Utara would be my pick, but he's going to AFCON after this game.
Yeah, so on a free hit, Otara, Shada is suspended, so you can't have him at all.
But Damsgaard is a pick.
Yeah. Some people are looking at the Brentford defense, even though clean sheet, I don't know. But they're looking at like the likes of Collins or Vanderberg from set piece perspective, I think.
Yeah.
Collins gets DEFCON, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's also at the end of like some of Coyote's long throws.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're never keeping it clean though.
Yeah. But he's also on 4 yellow cards, I should mention. Collins.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the only one I'm probably looking to get Thiago in this week for Mateta, to be honest. That's currently my plan, and just target Leeds. Like Leeds could put up a fight, but the chances of keeping a clean sheet are low though. So I'll just take that opportunity on. Chelsea versus Everton. Have Chelsea hit a slump because they lost to Atalanta as well today? In the
They're just the
Championship?
most inconsistent team I've ever
They
seen.
lost today? I didn't even see that. I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
they lost 2-1 today. And it was just like probably one of the most predictable things ever. Like, was it what 2 weeks ago that they actually dominated Barcelona? Like, red
Yep.
card aside, they probably would have won that game, right? And then what? Who did they lose to straight after that? Was it
Chelsea?
Fulham?
Leeds.
Yeah, they lost.
Leeds.
Was
They lost
Leeds?
to Leeds.
Leeds.
Yeah.
Okay, right. It was Leeds.
And then drew to
did they
Bournemouth.
win? Then they drew to Bournemouth on the weekend, and now they lose again today. Like it's just tremendous. And to be fair, like that's probably down to the Caicedo injury. Suspension, I should say. And Caicedo is still suspended for this game, is he not? He would have got 3 matches.
Check.
He would have got 3 for that tackle because that was an awful tackle.
Yes, Caicedo is still suspended.
Yeah, so don't back Chelsea to have a clean sheet in this game. I think that 39%, I think, is flattering to say the least. And Aaron and I's favorite striker, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, has got 4 goals in like 3 games. Oh, sorry, he plays for Leeds now. Sorry,
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
Everton. But yeah, I would highly back Everton to score in this game.
Yeah, Shrewsbury Hall has been on some form.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, who did they lost to? I don't know if you guys saw his goal against Newcastle when they lost.
Yeah.
It was like, what a touch out of the sky, Luis Suarez-esque, beautiful.
Honestly, this guy didn't even play at Chelsea for like almost 2 seasons.
Well, he was at Leicester, right? And then Chelsea bought him. Yeah, and then
Enzo bought him, didn't play him for the whole season and a half.
Yeah,
and then now he looks like the second coming of fucking Neymar or something. Like,
he does. Yeah, he does carry the ball quite nicely.
Yeah.
Also, always played in teams in blue. That's a nice little tidbit of information. But yeah, I think there's no way that Chelsea keep a clean sheet here. They have so many kind of like inept players. Like don't get me wrong, there's some very good players. But I would, I feel like I say this every week. Like after spending $2 billion, I feel like they should have quality across the board, and they just don't have that. Suspension wise, injury wise, whatever kind of reason you want to kind of play at them. But yeah, they should score against Everton, and Everton shouldn't score against them as well. But whether that's multiple goals or not, I think that 39% is hugely flattering. Now,
Idrissa Gueye should be back for this game. Before going for AFCON again.
AFCON?
Yeah. So, which means Shrewsbury Hall, for this game at least, will potentially be playing further up compared to where he was playing in the pivot to play because Gueye wasn't there. Which means he'll be in the 10 probably in the 10 for this one, and then back to the pivot again from next week.
But who would play in the 10?
What, for this week? I mean, you mean for like future?
Because they lose a lot of creativity with India gone as well.
Yeah. So
unless Grealish goes to 10, I'd imagine Dewsbury Hall would stay 10, right?
In the game against Forest, they had Alcaraz in the 10.
Oh, Alcaraz.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see exactly whether they continue with Alcaraz in the 10 or whether I don't know who else they can actually play alongside Garner, and if it's not
so. I guess Dwight McNeil and Tyler Dibbling will cover for India.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess so. Those are
maybe,
both right-sided players.
maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see what David Moyes actually does, to be honest. But yeah, they probably definitely will get a goal against Chelsea. Although I should say Chelsea's defense data has actually been pretty good last couple of weeks. But they still have Everton have been good where they could get something. Talking about Everton, Michael Keane and Tarkowski, especially Michael Keane, been getting some points, getting current points off the bench as well, to be fair.
I keep on bench Keane, and he always comes on with like 10 points.
Now, obviously, they have 2 tough fixtures with Chelsea and Arsenal, but then after that, they have Burnley, Forest, and Brentford. So they're probably a buy for those who don't have in Game Week 18, potentially. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, I would be interested in Tarkowski more now, I think.
Oh, why is that?
I think there was a period when Tarkowski was out, right? And then Michael Keane was the clear set piece target.
Oh, no, it was Branthwaite who was out. Oh, Michael Keane was just when he was playing, he was the set piece target alongside Tarkowski. I know this because I own Tarkowski, and it was very frustrating to see Michael Keane just racking up the points.
I don't know. I feel fortunate to get the points.
Yeah.
So like I kind of I guess for 4.5 you can't really beat it.
Yep.
He has Chelsea and Arsenal next though.
Yeah, that's it's 2 tough fixtures, and then after that it gets a bit more easy again.
Man, I really wish I got Pickford. Like for me, Pickford was probably the best goalie pick.
Other than Raya.
FPL wise, Pickford, end of the season he'll just be up there.
Yeah, so too many saves.
Yeah.
Saves. Okay.
Yeah. That's why. So and when a team has a bad striker like Everton do, the bonus points tends to go to the defense.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Valid.
And when a team often has all bad outfield players, then they
although this case is slightly different.
Okay, you should pick it. Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Talking about bad outfield players, Wolves versus Arsenal. I mean,
4-0.
I mean, I was going to say, like, if Chelsea have a 39% clean sheet percentage, what does Arsenal have to do to get 100% clean sheet percentage here? Because there's no way in hell that Wolves can do anything against Arsenal. Arsenal could play their 3rd string team and still probably win. Like legit children could beat this Wolves team.
I think from a FPL perspective, it's the game is guessing who's going to play.
Yes. Now, there were talks about Saliba potentially being available, but now we don't know. He's not going to be playing in Europe. Apparently, Declan Rice is also not going to be available for the European game. Now, I don't know if that's him carrying a knock or whether he's just been rested. Not really sure.
Why the hell would they risk Saliba for this? I would be shocked.
For Europe or
it's a
even
league
for
game.
Wolves?
No, they have to. Like the leagues, it's going to be tight. Like rest Saliba in tomorrow's game because they're first on the table. But
no, but I mean, but wouldn't you rather rest Saliba for an extended period of time?
What's his injury? That is so complicated, right? If he's even if he's fit enough to play 60 minutes, maybe you play him. I don't know. Like obviously, maybe you don't want to make subs at centre back or whatever. But
so then that means I assumed it would be Ben White at right back, and then Timber at Hincapié at centre back, and then Calafiori's out.
Is he also out?
He's suspended.
Yeah, he's got accumulation. So I think MLS will play left back.
Ooh, that's one option. The other option, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I was also thinking there could be, if Saliba is available, Saliba plays alongside Timber in the centre half positions, Ben White at right back and Hincapié at left back.
Really, you don't think that Lewis Kelly will play there?
I don't know. Like he hasn't been giving Lewis Kelly that many minutes this season.
No, I think it will be Ben White will be the one to drop out if Saliba comes in.
That's what I was just thinking. Like Timber could move to the right, and
I
then
think
Timber, but like I don't know. It's hard to say.
Doesn't Timber usually play right back?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Timber does. He's covering centre back right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But Timber always plays because without Gabriel, Timber is the set piece. Right?
Set piece guy, yeah. Even though he's like not that tall, he's like what, 5'9"?
No, it's taller than that.
Is he?
I don't know. Something
Maybe
like
he's
that.
just really jacked, so he doesn't
Yeah.
look as tall.
Yeah.
And I know this is not super relevant for this game because Arsenal should walk this, obviously. But like their mentality after the Villa game was very telling. Like how many of them were just like literally on the floor when they conceded that goal. And there was a really good quote from Thierry Henry afterwards when he was talking about that. He's just like, sometimes they look like they're more scared of winning than they are scared of losing. I was like, damn, like that's like so telling. And like to our point as well. I think we were discussing this a few weeks ago when they drew against Sunderland. Like if they don't win the league this season, it'll be down to Arteta just being too afraid to go and win games.
Yeah,
it's like they just become so passive, like especially like, and look, don't get me wrong, like they're very good at not conceding goals, and you probably should have that faith in your team. But if you are up 2-1 or it's 1-1 and you just kind of invite that pressure, these kind of situations are going to happen, and you're going to concede chances, which could lead to these exact things. So
that's why we criticized them when they played. Was it Liverpool when they no? It was Liverpool, right? When they played Liverpool and we criticized Arteta for not taking a handbrake off.
Kind of going for it too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's been Arsenal's thing for kind of like a long time as well. And if City, in the City game as well, like there was a lot of criticism. Like if they had lost that game, there would have been a lot more uproar about that. But yeah, like obviously it's not going to affect this game because Wolves are terrible. But yeah, going forward as well, like it'd be really interesting to see what the table looks like at Christmas. I could see City being on top as well. And we got to remember, like Rodri is not even playing in the City team, and how pivotal he is to their success. Like he hasn't lost it. Like he's lost, I think, one game with them in like the last 3 years, or something like that. Or maybe it's 2 years.
That's a very this thing stat. That stat doesn't include extra time or penalties.
Oh,
oh no. Oh, we lost. I forgot the timer. Let's go. 1 second, guys.
Yo.
If you're watching this, now is a good time to like and subscribe so that we don't have to end up these situations where the timer runs out.
but yeah, exactly. Yeah, perhaps that is a misleading stat, but like, there's no denying that he makes this City team, much better.
Yeah.
Just allows players to be a lot more creative because they just know that he could just kind of sort things out and just be very kind of like consistent with his performances. I'm not particularly sure. Like he's been back for some time, right? But he's just like not match fit. Is that
who, Rodri?
Not being played? Or?
Oh, he's injured, I think, at the moment.
Oh,
I don't think he's still available.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Right.
But yeah. Anyways, before we get to City, what will it take to captain Saka this week against Wolves?
I think he's the best captain.
Are we worried about early subs or anything? If he plays in Europe?
A little bit, but I think.
But the game should be out of reach by then from Wolves anyway, right?
Yeah. Also, the attack. It kind of looks like we're kind of back to the attack. Functionally goes all through Saka. Like it's looked a bit like that, especially.
Well, Havertz is out. He's been out since the first week, which is.
Well, I think Eze is super effective on the left. So if they play Eze as a 10, then maybe. But Odegaard is playing there. So yeah, I just think it flows through Saka. Trossard is injured, which is a big thing. Yeah, Trossard is injured. If Trossard was playing, I think it's a bit different.
So we'll have to wait and see. But so Saka at the moment, the leading captaincy option. In terms of defensive transfers for Arsenal, is Hincapie an okay transfer to make? Because Timber is just way too expensive at the moment. He's gone to the areas of like Gabriel in terms of price, but doesn't have the same output as a Gabriel.
Got a lot, yeah. He's got decent amount of XG, Timber. I'm just looking at his stats. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I mean, the numbers are there, but like the output hasn't been there in terms of goals.
Timber averages as much XGI per 90 as Munoz this season. They have exactly the same. Like Timber's
He's due.
Almost.
So you're saying he's due a return sometime, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think Hincapié is he the pick?
there's no one else, because Ben White is a minutes risk eventually. Once Saliba is definitely back. And you can't go for Saliba just yet because you don't know how his fitness status is, and Arteta is never going to tell us the truth anyways. So you're just left with one defender that you can pick from.
This is kind of why Timber is so expensive.
Yes.
Because he could even play left back.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how it goes. Talking about Man City, we've already touched on them. Phil Foden, he's on that hot streak. He's on that purple patch.
Crazy.
And he's doing it all. Obviously, Pep Guardiola wasn't very impressed with Cherki's assist.
Rabona assist.
Yeah, the Rabona assist. He was like, this is not the playground, my friend.
Messi wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Always comparing him to your ex.
Yeah. But he's been playing well as well, to be fair. Haaland, man. 1 week I don't captain him, he goes super nuclear, scores 14 points, gives me a 1 million red arrow. The week I captain him, he does nothing. Although he had a shot cleared off the line. I should mention that, but yeah. I think he had only like 2 touches or 3 touches in the entire game. Something
like Foden playing is definitely worse for Haaland as an FPL asset.
If you looked at the average position map from the last game, Haaland was he was like playing central centre back for City. He was the most deepest player out of all of City's players. If you looked at the average position,
Really,
yeah.
It's an average position of where they touch the ball, probably, and that's probably affected by they use Haaland for defensive headers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's probably right.
Yeah, but still crazy.
But yeah, I mean, Foden is this is I've said it for years. Phil Foden's best position is a second striker, and
that's why he's playing.
Yeah, that's where he's playing, and like he needs a free role where he can go into the build up, then like sneak into the box later. Like he's so good, honestly. Like, this is what Wirtz was doing in Germany.
Now the question is, obviously, Pep also mentioned about potentially resting Nico O'Reilly because he played a lot of games. Now, yeah, he did say that. He said I might think about it, although we don't. Yeah, he said that last week, to be fair. So people were thinking he would get rested last week. Although I was like, there's a high chance he can get rested in this game, plays the Real Madrid game in the last game, and then gets rested this one potentially if needed. Because Ntnuri, we can play this game, and then you can send Ntnuri after AFCON.
Yeah.
But do we expect Crystal Palace? What are we expecting from Palace? Because since Ismail Sarr's injury, Arteta hasn't been that great. We don't know. It was a slight knock, a slight knee injury. Glasner said he might be available, and as things stand,
did you see that reporting where a newspaper reported that a 29-year-old Premier League
I saw that. But
was arrested in London for assault? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, was it assault? Oh,
yeah.
Was that?
And then everyone was like, "Oh, it's Munoz. That's why he didn't play." Did you say? You know who it is, right? It's Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They showed a video of him being arrested. Yeah.
Oh my god! Didn't realize it was Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Of course, the tabloids will get you with those misleading.
Yeah. Initially, people were thinking it was Bissouma from Spurs and all of that.
Yeah, but they just had a quick like, who's 29 years old and lives in London.
Who's 29 years old, plays for a London club? Like,
yeah.
So yeah. So we don't know if he'll be available for this one or not. We'll have to wait and see.
But Crystal Palace notoriously Man City's bogey team, right? Like they've had the best results against them against anyone. Maybe Man United have had probably some better results, but it's pretty tight between them, I think.
Yeah, I think so. United had good results under Solskjaer.
Solskjaer,
because of
true,
the transition football we were playing. But to be fair, Crystal Palace could do something. They've been pretty good against some of the big teams this season. The only thing is, like the stat I mentioned earlier, they haven't won a game after Europe.
Yeah.
Glasner is playing the squad into the ground. Like there's very little rotation.
And he has very little rotation as well. Like his depth isn't that great.
Yeah, I mean, what little rotation he does is forced by AFCON.
Yeah.
Munoz has literally played multiple 90s every game this whole season, and he covers the most ground in the Premier League or something. I saw some crazy stuff. Yeah.
So if he's available, he'll be played in this game, very likely. So let us see. Anything to mention in terms of player? Oh, Mateta. Would you sell Mateta?
Yep, I would sell Mateta.
Okay, fair enough. And Ismail is not available anyways. So yeah.
I think Mateta to Thiago is obvious, or Mateta to cheap player.
Or even maybe Mateta to Raul Jimenez?
Yeah, Mateta to Raul if you don't want to kill the spot.
Otherwise, Mark you is the kill the spots section.
Yeah, Mark you is the standard. What do you think of Bowen?
So we mentioned West Ham earlier in terms of going to them in the future. I don't think it's this week. I think it's game week 18 time. Fulham, Brighton, Wolves, and I think there's like a few more easier.
Where's West?
At the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Villa, City.
Yeah, just like get the Villa City games off, and then after that you can think about Bowen.
So yeah, I'm thinking of free hitting now or 17. As free hit in 17, I could get him now. Yeah.
If you free hit in 17, you can get him now. Okay, so you avoid the Man City one. Yeah, you could try that as well potentially.
Because after that, look at 18, it's like 2 home games.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's why I said like if you're not doing it now, then you wait.
But what do you think of Bowen as an option? Like, do they?
He's been like he's been okay. He's been getting goals here and there. He hasn't been worth it for the price tag.
How much is he?
8 point.
Oh, that's a lot.
He's 7.5.
So he's gone down.
Yeah.
Okay. He's 7.5. Okay, he's gone down from 8 million. He just hasn't been. I guess forwards in general haven't been that great this season, or not consistent enough. It's not too bad. It's not bad for like a punt. It's the same price range as Mateta, so you can sell and get him instead. Depends on what you want to do with the rest of the cash. If you had to go to someone cheaper.
What do you think of Richarlison? He's also getting a lot of minutes.
He is okay for now until he gets dropped later. Actually, let's talk about Spurs and Forest. Spurs obviously got some results recently. Richarlison started, scored. The thing with Richarlison, I've owned Richarlison before, and I've owned him when he actually scored a few goals as well for me. You just can never be fully certain about his minutes in a longer term sense.
Yeah.
Spurs have options now, right? Across that front line. They have options.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Colomboani, Johnson, Kudus.
And whenever Solanke is
today as well.
Whenever Solanke
is he still injured?
I think so. Not fully sure.
Man.
Yeah.
Is he ACL or I feel like he's been out for ages?
Who?
Solanke.
Yeah, I don't know.
Injury, it says. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. But like whenever he's back, then it's a difference. That'll also present another issue.
Also, Kudus took a pen today.
Oh yeah.
See that?
No.
That's
so that raises him.
He took one of the pens, yeah, exactly. But then the second one was taken by Xavi Simons.
Not sure.
Oh, I don't know.
I watched that. Yeah, maybe it's because he won it. I don't know. And maybe the game was out of reach for Slavia Prague anyway.
Yeah,
so
fair enough. Xavi Simons obviously has been on some form as well the last week. Although, is that him finally getting used to the league, or was it just like the perfect picture? And Brentford were pretty poor.
Remember back in game week 6 when we were picking Simons on Wildcard?
I did.
Yeah.
And we were both like, "Oh yeah, what a great pick!"
Yeah.
I think was that the first pod that we did together this season? I do remember.
Might be.
Yeah, I do remember mentioning Xavi Simons. Yeah.
I mean, he was playing well. It's just that he was like assisting the assister kind of situation, and he was also on a different wavelength compared to his teammates. That was also an issue, and he also had the words issue of new league, unable to adapt to the pace of the Premier League and all of that.
I mean, these guys are small.
Yeah,
like there's just no way to put it out there. Like, how old is Xavi Simons? Like 20, 21, like
23.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Similar kind of profile to Verts, right? They've just got to put on a bit of muscle. Just get used to getting bumped around a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Europe, Verts looks so much more comfortable in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he seems like he has so much more space. Yeah.
Yeah, pace is completely different. That's why.
Even against like Inter, where he was like, physical dogged team, like he just finds so much more space. Yeah, odd.
So yeah, Spurs. I think it'll be a close game. This one, Forest are not too bad as well. They're playing decently. But in terms of FPL options, I don't think you'll want anyone at the moment, at least. Maybe.
Why not?
Keep an eye on Kudus.
Yeah, not going FAFCON, same as SUNvNEW, not going FAFCON as well.
Oh, not going.
No, Ghana didn't qualify.
Oh, true.
So the
Menu is
Bournemouth.
Cameroonian?
Ghana.
Oh, he's also Ghanaian. Sorry, okay.
Yeah. So that January transfer window, certain Mo Salah, if he does end up leaving,
Yeah.
Liverpool will potentially be there with some cash.
With some. Oh, yeah, exactly. What's the
Menu,
quote?
right?
Yeah.
65 was the quote.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's not a quote, it's a release clause.
Yeah.
Release clause? Yeah, sorry, no, not quite. Yeah.
All right, so let's move to Man United Bournemouth. Obviously the 4-1 versus Wolves. I don't know. It's just Wolves, so you probably can't read too much into that game. I did think defensively there were a few moments where we were suspect. But there were also moments where Bruno Fernandes should have had an even bigger haul than what he did. Because of the amount of chances he was creating. This will be, I think, the final game that there's still uncertainty on whether Ahmad and Mbeumo will be available for the game, because this is happening on the day that FIFA have said the players just need to go and represent their nations. So we don't know if they'll play the game and then take a flight, or whether they have to leave in the morning. There's still so much uncertainty on that at the moment.
Yeah, so what's going to happen to United when all these men go? That's your entire right side, right? Mazraoui.
Yeah, we're screwed. Oh, well, technically...
We're screwed. Okay.
We're screwed. But I do expect... Apparently, Sesko he's close to returning. So it might end up in a situation where you have Sesko up front, Cunha on the left, and Mount on the right.
Oh, Mount, sorry. Yeah, okay. And then who plays the wing back on the right side?
You'll probably have to put Dalot there.
Dalot's been doing weirdly well as the wing back on the left side.
Yeah.
On the left side?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's improved the last couple of games, but yeah.
I mean, he's still terrible, but he runs a lot and he has a little bit better passing than this guy, Dogu.
He's better than Dogu at the moment, at least you'd say.
Yeah, and I would keep, I don't know, probably Mazraoui or something would start as the right.
He's gone.
Oh,
gone as well.
Christ.
Morocco, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, so the whole backline
really the entire right side is gone.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah.
I don't think who else can play on the right as a right
so
mid.
It would have to be in a situation where you end up playing Dalot there.
I think, and then Dogu will have to play.
That, or you move Luke Shaw to wing back, which I don't think his legs can take it. I think it's better to keep him in the central centre back, and that way he doesn't get injured as well, to be fair.
I think he will get injured if you ask him to cover that much.
Yeah. I don't think he can this thing.
You don't play Reece James that much as a proper wing.
Or you play Mason Mount at left wing back.
I can't see that.
True, but that's the because he doesn't seem like he wants to start Kobe Mainoo, because if he had to play Mason Mount left wing back, then you play Bruno Fernandes at number 10 and you play Mainoo in the pivot alongside Casemiro. But that's not going to happen.
Mount was the best player in the last game.
Yes.
I thought Mount playing as the left 10 brings a lot more balance to the midfield because he covers a little bit for Bruno. So yeah, Mount actually looks good for the system. But it's Wolves, so everything could have looked good.
Yeah, that's true. But no, actually, he played well against Palace as well, to be fair, I should say.
He did.
Yeah. So yeah. So this will be a basketball game. Semenyo has come close to scoring a couple of times in the last two games as well, only to be thwarted by Evan Nilsson, and he's it just finds a way to screw it up. But
Krupi is gonna play, right?
Maybe, I don't know. Potentially. Who knows? Senesi might or might not be available for this game. He went off injured in the last game. So that is one thing to mention as well.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, quick question for Karan. For those who have Bruno Fernandes, not Bruno, those who have Mbeumo like myself, would you sell directly to Bruno Fernandes for the next couple of fixtures? Or would you go to a different midfielder? United's next couple games include Aston Villa, Newcastle, Wolves, and Leeds. And still pretty good after that as well, to be fair.
You'll definitely need Bruno by Wolves at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might as well get him now and have him for 2 game weeks. Yeah, otherwise it just seems inefficient.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But I mean, I don't mind like Szoboszlai or something. Szoboszlai is basically the Liverpool Bruno.
But not as potent in creating chances, really.
He's on the end of the chances more than
he's almost there.
Yeah.
Like he's almost there. Not quite, I don't think.
But FPL wise, it's like buying a lottery ticket.
Yeah, so yeah.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, and Szoboszlai.
Yeah, like he'll be close to scoring, but will he?
Yeah, like long shots, free kick.
Yeah, but the last.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, exactly. Just echoing that. Like he's just involved.
Yeah.
But like, does he have the quality to actually?
Yeah.
Over the line, right?
However, those last couple of weeks, the Bruno Fernandes lottery ticket has looked way more certain of jackpotting than having like a Brian Mbeumo. To be fair.
Mbeumo's looked quite out of form, to be honest.
Yes, I think the lack of Sesko has impacted him, but yeah, that able to flick behind and run hasn't been there. But yeah. Anyways,
what do you think of Cunha? How come? Because I think until Sesko starts playing consistently, Cunha will be the striker, and he's a mid in FPL.
Until he hits some form, he hasn't looked that great, to be fair. He was desperate to try and get a goal against Wolves, but didn't get one.
Yeah.
I'd probably not go there until I think Bruno Fernandes is clear.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Captaincy, Saka. Anyone else? For anyone who wants to go different?
Well, let's discuss it for completeness. I guess Palace could be tired from Europe.
Palace, yeah.
Haaland or Foden? Which one? I'm leaning towards Foden more because like Palace still have a 3-back. So like Haaland generally against 3-backs, he seems a bit more occupied. Like the centre backs tend to occupy him more. And that.
But I think Palace will play less defensively at home, which means Haaland might have a bit more space to run into. Whereas if this game was at City, I think Palace would leave like no space.
Could be.
I don't know. Like Liverpool, is there a captaincy option? I don't think so.
I mean, who do you guys even have? Who do people even have?
I think Szoboszlai will be the main pick.
Yeah, but
maybe if people have Ekatike, maybe.
Oh no one.
He's been
no. The lack of consistency in minutes.
Was
that's what I'm saying.
Isaac playing normally on the left wing, Ekatike up front. Isaac off around 65 minutes. Wirtz comes on the left wing.
Yeah.
Then.
But
Wirtz has also played on the right side, like listed on the right side, but then he has like a free role, which makes sense if you have Frimpong in the team or Bradley in the team, but not Joe Gomez in the team. So, it's I would probably stay away from Liverpool just because of the uncertainty.
Yeah, the last option is probably Thiago versus Leeds.
I don't read this.
Yeah, it's only just between City and Arsenal.
Yeah, Leeds have really good expected metrics. Yeah. Like, I think it'd be foolish to target them.
Yeah. All right.
Bruno again?
I don't know what. To be fair, even though we scored 4 against Wolves, I still think there's question marks on this United team in terms of what are they actually capable of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How many minutes do we expect Saka to get? Because I think if it's
that's the biggest one. That's the.
I think if it's more than 70, I'm okay with captaining it.
If he plays in Europe, would that put you off Saka?
If Saka plays 90 minutes tomorrow, I'd be very surprised. Tomorrow seems like the right fixture for Madueke to rest him. Because also a really good position.
I would assume that he doesn't start this game, especially given that they're top of the table.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't start this game, then I assume he's going to play versus Wolves.
Like 90 minutes versus Wolves, or like higher, like 80 at least.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If he doesn't start, I then put him firmly as a good captaincy option.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Oh, I should quickly add this for those of you who are looking to play free hit chip. Initially, I was thinking game week 17, but because of the players that I'm looking to get this week and the fact that they have good fixtures for next week as well, I've kind of pushed myself into thinking of game week 18 as well, potentially. Because when you look at the teams for projected goals and clean sheets, Liverpool are up there in game week 18 and they play Wolves in game week 18. And at the moment, I have no Liverpool coverage at all. And that could be a decent week to punt on 3 Liverpool players. Like if we get like more clarity on Liverpool, like with if Szoboszlai or even Curtis Jones, depending on how they are, or whether we see Ekitike starting consistently.
I think Ekitike will start consistently now that Salah's out of the picture.
Yeah, so that's what that could become.
I actually think that he was the main blocking point, just because we can shuffle players around.
Yeah.
If we need to, and he can play on the left or in the center.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's what I was thinking. And then I at the moment I would have sold MUNvBOU, and I can get Bruno on a free hit in 18 against Leeds. Was it? I think. Yeah. And then there's Chelsea as well, who I have no Chelsea assets. And Chelsea in game week 18, if I was to go back, they play Aston Villa in 18. That's a slightly tougher game than I thought. It's Palace versus Burnley and Everton versus West Ham, and I have no Everton players. That's also I feel like not a bad fixture. So yeah, it was 18 or 19 that I was thinking potentially. Just looking at this data of like the projected goals and clean sheets.
Yeah, I think I'm tossing up between 16 and 17 mostly. 16 is obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, as in why 16 is good is obvious. 17, yeah, I mean, it lets you, the main benefit of 17 is it lets you dodge your triple Arsenal.
Yes.
And Liverpool. So if you have like Bruno, if you have like Szoboszlai, if you have 2 or 3 Arsenal, then yeah. The bad part is everyone probably already has Haaland and Foden, so then really you're spending it just for some bright players, Bournemouth players, and yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think I still like 16 more. Yeah.
Could be, yeah. Again, it depends on your team. Okay. All right. I haven't said teams. I'll go to your team, Karan, because you're killing it. 66 points. Lemons in goal. Anderson, Michael Keane got subbed on for Munoz not being there. Malik Chow, Bruno Gimenez, Bruno Fernandes, the Brunos in midfield all delivering. Saka and Phil Foden. Up front, you have Thiago, Haaland, and Walter Marder. You still have Reinders on the bench. That's crazy.
I've had Reinders for so long that he's become a good pick again. like I've held Reinders for one full market cycle. But yeah.
Dubravka, Munoz, Reinders, and Richards. So what's the plan?
Yeah, thinking of going. Thinking of going Reinders out, Voltemada out, and then getting Mark Gu, probably killing the spot or roll. I haven't decided, and then getting like Szoboszlai or Rice for my 5th spot. Then that'll give me enough money to go Chow or Anderson or Richards out for Timber. Yeah.
Is this free hit?
No, he has 5 free transfers. Everyone got 5 free for because of
AFCON. Yeah.
So that's if I don't free hit.
Yeah.
If I free hit,
that's completely different. Yeah. Okay.
I'm tempted by a free hit. I'll see after Arsenal's game tomorrow, because one of the best reasons for free hitting would be if we can predict 2 good Arsenal attackers.
Yes.
Against Wolves. Because then instead of going 2 defense, 1 attack, you can go 2 attack, 1 defense.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
And then this is my team. So I had Verbruggen in goal, Guehi, Chow, O'Reilly, Gakpo, who's been sold, Saka, Foden, and MUNvBOU. Up front, I have Mateta, Welbeck, and Haaland. On the bench, I had Dubravka, Barnes, Mukiele, and Rodon. So I sold Gakpo to Harry Wilson for Fulham's coverage against Burnley. I was thinking of doing Mateta to Thiago and Roden to Hincapié.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think the Hincapié thing is going to be a pain. You're going to have to resolve it in 4.
Yeah, true. The problem is the only thing is like I can't afford Timber. It's way too expensive, and
I would rather White, because White will have the same problem.
Yeah.
But White will have attacking upside.
Could be. All depends on Saliba.
Gehi's, man. Gehi's
I mean-
having a crazy season.
Yeah, Gehi, I don't mind. I'll start him against City because he could get attack and return or Defcon or whatever. I mean, I could do Malik Chow to potentially get Timber in. Potentially, I don't know. I have to have a look and see. Because there's like
Who does Gakpo and Mateta become? I think that's
Gakpo has become Harry Wilson, so that frees up cash there. And then Mateta goes to Thiago, which is similar price.
Oh, so then you have a lot of money then, right?
Yeah, that money is going into getting an Arsenal defender. So that's why I've sent Roden from a 4 million spot to a 5.4 million defender. But I can go Malik Chow to Timber potentially. I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
I think Chow makes sense.
That's the other move. So I'll have to think about it.
Have you sold Mateta yet?
No. I would have done it today. I missed the price rise of Thiago.
I think Bowen's not bad. I think Bowen's going under the radar.
True. But it's just that Thiago has such a good fixture for the moment that I probably go there. And if I want to get Bowen in like 2 weeks' time, can do Danny Welbeck. Or like if I'm free hitting in 2 weeks' time, I can have him on a free hit.
Yeah, I guess you can wait and see how West Ham look before the Wolves entry point.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, that's it. Thank you to Ayon and Karan. Anything else to add before we finish?
No, that's everything from
No,
me.
that was a lot of drama to dissect.
Yes. Thank you, obviously, and obviously we dragged Karan in after a busy work day as well.
Tried myself in.
Yeah. We just had to. Ayon just laid the bait, and Karan just.
I just said, like, are you sure you don't want to be on? Like, I'm on.
Yeah.
Sold.
So yeah, there will be a deadline stream. Although I'm at a Christmas party on Saturday, so I'll have to see. Like, it depends on like.
Mate, stream live from the party.
I know that's what I was thinking. So I'll have to see. But yeah, and then we'll be back obviously for a podcast next week, the final podcast for the year on Tuesday. That's the current plan as things stand. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe as well, and we'll see you all later.
Cool. See you.
Oh.